What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already found us, we're on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, William Fratelli Cooking and Guns channel, where we post one cooking video a week. We try our best to post at least one cooking video a week. We've been slacking lately. We've been a little bit busy. But we're going to try to get back at it. We just moved to this new location like we told you guys in the last few videos. We posted a few videos this week just so we can slap some more content on the channel. It's been a little bit crazy. We have our Sunday-Gunday content, obviously, where we post all kinds of videos as it relates to the Second Amendment, your rights as a legally responsible gun owner. If you don't own any weapons, just good moral, prudent, and justified conduct. Just acting like a sane, sober, moral, prudent person. It's not very hard to do that. Nowadays, we're seeing a lot of chaos on the news. Like we said in our previous videos, we're seeing a lot on the news. There's been a lot of violence this last week. We've seen a lot of shootings happening throughout the nation. Here in the United States, we've seen shootings in the last 48 hours in several states. So we decided to post a topic for tonight on the channel. It's going to be a quick topic. Something that actually happened here in our community tonight. It's an incident that happened here in our small type community here in the South Florida where we live. We have an apartment complex here. We're not going to name the apartment complex obviously for safety reasons, but the small community here in South Florida, there was an incident tonight where somebody pulled a weapon on somebody else. A resident residing here in our community pulled a weapon. We're not going to name any names. We're not going to give out any descriptions of anyone just for safety so that we don't put anybody out there. But all this information is public record. We have the report right here. I have the report right in front of me here on the laptop. We're going to title this video tonight, When Taking the Law into Your Own Hands Goes Wrong. Taking the law into your own hands, obviously everybody's responsible for their actions. You know, there's a lot of tension right now in the country and in the world in general. There's a lot of tension right now between people. People are desperate. There's a lot of desperation right now. People don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of civil unrest, a lot of disturbance, a lot of conflict between the public and law enforcement, a lot of conflict between people in general. So this is creating a situation, an explosive situation between people, creating a lot of anger, a lot of frustration. Some people handle anger and frustration in different ways, but responsible gun ownership. Now, rule number one: you can't let your emotions get to you. If you're gonna let your emotions get to you, you don't need to be handling a firearm. You don't need to be carrying a firearm. If you're gonna let that thing get to you. So that's the topic for tonight. We're going to do a quick disclosure as usual. That way you guys know where we're coming from and what we're about. And then we'll get into this. It's going to be a short one tonight. We'll try not to make it too long. So, when taking the law into your own hands goes wrong. So, disclosure as usual. William Fratelli Cooking and Guns channel. This channel is for educational purposes only. We preach lawful self-defense. We're by no means gun fanatics. We're not claiming to be firearms experts. We're just simply giving you reasons why you should maintain your firearms, responsibly maintain those firearms, responsibly and in a moral and ethical way, and what you should and should not do with those firearms. We have 3 channels on YouTube that we're collaborating with: Gun Freak Nation, Trey 57 Production, and the Alert Zone TV. These are 3 gun advocates like us on YouTube that preach lawful self-defense and just preach the same thing we're preaching on this channel, just responsible, ethical behavior, no recklessness, no recklessness and no dangerous behavior like that. Obviously, we have a message for the trolls as usual. We get trolls on the channel all the time that like to post all kinds of weird content on the comment section below. We're not going to tolerate it. You're simply going to get blocked. We don't have any time for the trolls, so that's a message for the trolls. We're coming from 16 years of law enforcement experience myself. I've been employed as an armed security guard, state of Florida, since 2010, so 16 years doing the same job. Worked for companies like Whack and Hunt, Private Security, Blackwater Agency. Worked for the federal government for a short period of time, Department of Homeland Security. And I'm currently a full-time police officer. I've been a full-time police officer in the state of Florida since January 2014. So that's just a quick disclosure. Let you guys know what we're talking about and where we're coming from. So for tonight, we had an incident here in the apartment complex. It's a pretty large apartment complex, about 500 apartments in our complex. We have several buildings in this complex. We have several floors, you know, pretty big complex. We had an incident with a resident. This resident brandished a firearm in a manner that wasn't appropriate. Obviously, you know, you have your firearm. The firearm's there for a reason. It's like your seatbelt when you get in the car. It's there just in case. It's not there for you to intimidate. It's not there for you to pull it on people just because you have it and you get pissed off, or you decide that you know, this person's doing something wrong, this person's evil, or this person's not agreeing with what I say, and I'm gonna pull my gun because I'm gonna be a tough guy and try to show off or try to impose your will on anyone. That's not the reason to be carrying a firearm. Firearms are for self-defense only. Those are for defensive use, to preserve life, not even property. We're talking about just life. Life is very precious. That's what the firearm is there for, is to preserve life. This scenario, this guy, this resident here, we're not going to give you guys any description again or any names or anything. It's a resident residing here in the building, decided to confront a man in the hallway of his apartment. This man turned out to be a resident. I don't know if it was another resident or if it was a person that was visiting another resident in the building. Male number one, we're not going to give you the race, we're not going to give you the age or any of that, just because we don't want to cause any conflict on this channel. Male number one, the male that was armed, left his apartment. He had been drinking. He had a coffee mug in his hand. Unaware to him, he was being recorded. There's cameras everywhere nowadays. You're not going to get away with making up some story and thinking you're not being recorded. You need to assume you're being recorded at all times. That shouldn't be a reason for you to lie anyway. But not everybody's a saint. Not everybody's going to tell the truth when it comes time. Talk to law enforcement. This male number one confronted male number two and told male number two, "What are you doing here? You don't belong here." These two males have never met before, according to the paperwork that I have right here. These two males have never met before. They've never had any previous arguments, never had any kind of conflict prior to this incident. They were strangers to each other. So male number one confronts male number two. There was a lot of racket, a lot of noise in the hallway. Apparently, there were some children screaming or making noise in the hallway. So male number one came out, confronted that second male, lifted his shirt up and showed him what appeared to be a black in color Glock 9mm. I don't know about all the details as far as the firearm and all that, but the color of the firearm was black. Male number one displayed the firearm. He never pulled it, but he displayed the firearm in a reckless manner to intimidate. The second male, obviously in fear, got away from this guy, called 911. Male number one obviously had family in his apartment, so the male that had the firearm on him took off, went for a ride in his car. Law enforcement came, and law enforcement was called. Obviously, law enforcement was called by the second male, not by the first male, not by the family of the first male. Law enforcement shows up to the apartment complex, gets statements from several witnesses and other people that were either witnessed or were not directly involved. Some of the parties were involved. Family member for the male that displayed the weapon. A family member said that the guy went for a ride. The guy that pulled the gun went for a ride. It was about It was about, let's see, it was about 10 p.m. at night when this happened. About 10 p.m., 9 or 10 p.m. The law enforcement shows up to the apartment for male number one that pulled the weapon. The lights were off in the apartment. Obviously, his family was probably asleep. Said that he just randomly went for a ride. They went ahead, law enforcement went ahead and checked with other witnesses, got statements, pulled video from several ring cameras in the building. Several ring cameras in the building captured the incident, captured it second by second, every moment of the incident that happened. The family member to the male that pulled the weapon made contact with the male by phone. They agreed to have him meet them, law enforcement, meet up here at a location here in the building. They got a description of what the car he was driving. He agreed to meet with law enforcement. They went ahead and did a felony traffic stop on him here in the complex. Ordered him out of the vehicle, secured him, placed him in cuffs, put him in the back seat of the vehicle. All the clothing that he was wearing matched the description of the clothing from all the other witnesses that were involved, including the victim, male number two. They recovered a firearm. It was a black and colored firearm in the center console of the vehicle. They removed the firearm. They made sure it wasn't stolen. The weapon wasn't stolen. The male number one that pulled the weapon basically said that he never pulled it, that his shirt might have went up by accident. They weren't believing that, obviously, because you know, how are you going to see the gun under his shirt if he didn't pull the shirt up or whatever? He was just making all these statements. Family member made a statement when law enforcement was there. Family member for the guy that pulled the weapon basically said, oh, you know, he just showed it, but he wasn't going to use it. So that's definitely going to affect him in court proceedings going forward in the future. Once again, these two men didn't know each other. They never met before. This is just an encounter that happened. Tensions are high, obviously, like we said before. People are getting desperate. People are conducting their own vigilanteism, or whatever you want to call it. Supposedly this male, the one that pulled the weapon, told law enforcement several times in his statement that he was doing a patrol, that he was doing his patrol before he went for his drive at night. This person was never assigned as a night watchman or a security guard or anything for the property. He's just a resident. He was never assigned as a maintenance or a night manager or anything of that sort, or that capacity here for the property management. So his idea of conducting a patrol, that's the kind of stuff that we're talking about that's going to get you in trouble when it comes to carrying a firearm, being a hothead, trying to take the law into your own hands. Something as simple as this, it wasn't, this is just a disagreement about, you know, somebody belonging on the property or not. This guy would have just called 911, the first guy, the one that had the weapon. He would have just called 911, shut the door, mind his own business. He wouldn't be in this situation, but unfortunately for him, he spent the night. He's going to be spending the night in the county jail tonight with a bologna sandwich. He's going to get good hospitality from the jail staff here in Florida Keys. He's going to be he's going to get his 3 hots and a cot tonight, and we'll see if he gets out tomorrow or whatever the case is. These are serious charges. This is not just a small thing. This is what we call in Florida aggravated assault, which is displaying a firearm in anger or in a manner that's threatening. Obviously, for the other male, you know, his visit here was short. He ended his visit here. I'm not sure if he remained here or he left the property. But this guy that pulled the weapon got himself into all kinds of legal troubles now, all kinds of chaos. Got his vehicle towed from the property. They towed the vehicle because it was part of a felony. Did a felony stop. The firearm has been confiscated, put in evidence. But everything added up tonight in this situation. You know, he let his emotions get the best of him. He tried to take the law into his own hands, and it didn't turn out right for him tonight. So this is the kind of stuff that we don't want to see. This is the kind of stuff that we preach against on this channel. We've talked about it in the past a million times. This is the millionth and one video that we've posted when it comes to this kind of thing. You can't be carrying a firearm if you're going to be a hothead, if you're going to be pulling your weapon to intimidate. It's not going to work out for you. Obviously, this guy that pulled the weapon, he gave a different story to law enforcement. Law enforcement was able to get statements from other people that were present, other people that were involved, that saw what happened. There's video footage, all this stuff, the whole recipe together, everything together, added up, sent him to the slammer tonight. So this is the reason why we don't want to see this kind of thing. We need to be better than this. This is reckless behavior. It's not justified whatsoever. This is not a self-defense incident. Luckily, nobody pulled the weapon out. Luckily, he didn't pull the weapon out and put it in his hand and fire it by accident or hit somebody innocent bystander. But he's going to be spending the night and maybe the next few nights in the county jail until he has a first appearance, what we call a first appearance, where he gets to talk to a judge. He has to have a hearing. He's entitled to a hearing within 24 hours. And then he'll have something called an arraignment after that, whether or not he gets any conditions of release tonight, or he continues to remain in jail to face these charges. So far, it's only one charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And so yeah, that's the incident that happened here tonight. Another consequence to this is whenever you get into any kind of conflict and you have a lease, or you have any kind of a legal contract with an association like we do here in our apartment complexes, it's basically a lease. It's an agreement between the tenant and the occupants of an apartment. There's conditions in that lease. If you don't read them carefully in the fine print, a lot of those conditions in the fine print, you'll find stuff like illegal activity, drug activity, any kind of use of a firearm that's not justified. That's gonna create a situation for male number one for tonight. Male number one is probably going to end up getting evicted. All this information is going to go to the property management. They're probably going to terminate the lease. They're probably going to issue a 7-day notice to vacate the property, to vacate the premises. So this whole thing just stinks. It's unnecessary, but some people have to learn the hard way. So this is just an example of why we do what we do on this channel, why we preach lawful self-defense, no kind of intimidation, no kind of use of any kind of tools or any kind of weapons to intimidate or to try to push people around, bully people. That's not what you need to be doing. If you have a firearm for legal, justified use of force. So once again, tonight's video, we're gonna wrap it up. It's when taking the law into your own hands goes wrong. All right, I think it's episode 25 of Sunday-Gunday. Obviously, tonight's not Sunday. Tonight's Tuesday evening here in South Florida. We're done for tonight. This video is wrapped up. We wanted you guys to just have some extra content that you could look at and just see this video tonight. See what the outcome was for this one. For this guy, it's not a good one. It's going to cost him a lot of money. But some people have to learn the hard way. So we're going to leave you guys at that. Once again, we're William Fratelli Cooking and Guns channel, where we post our cooking content once a week if we can. We post our Second Amendment related content on Sundays, called Sunday-Gunday. Episode 25 for tonight. We're going to come back with some more content this weekend, hopefully. And once again, we're collaborating with 3 channels on YouTube: Gun Freak Nation, Trey 57 Production, and the Alert Zone TV. These are 3 channels we collaborate with. They post all kinds of videos, like fair use videos, gun reviews, gun safety tips, and all kinds of other good stuff, like fair use videos, kind of like what we're doing tonight. All right, so we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you. Cheers.